Hello, sports fans. I am Sage Marler from SportsBrosWorld.com. Check us out on Facebook. I just threw up the sign. Like us. Follow us on Twitter. You obviously found the YouTube channel. So today I'm going over my Sage of 7 picks for the 2015 Major League Baseball. These are my sleepers for fantasy baseball this year. This is overall sleepers. I've talked about this on the podcast. I broke down individual sleepers as well. Position by position. These are overall, so take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, there's already been some injuries. I had Marcus Stroman on this list, but his ACL did not agree with that, so here we are. So first on my list, and I'll kind of do this in order to a degree, number one on my list this year is going to be Lucas Duda, first baseman for the Mets. I really like his power. I really like his opportunity that he's getting. He's going to most likely be hitting cleanup right behind David Wright. He's got some guys that can get on base in front of him. He's got a little bit of protection behind him too, so this is a guy that I look at to have a really good year. They moved the fences in at Citi Field, so another great thing for him. They no longer need him to play the outfield. I do think he will probably end up playing a few games in left, maybe even in right, once injuries happen. So he may gain some eligibility there, but he is mainly going to be their first baseman. So keep that in mind. A lot of power, up-and-coming guy that you can draft pretty deep in the draft that'll give you some pretty solid performance this year. So next on my list is Kolten Wong. This guy has steadily been improving. And I think, again, this is a great lineup, great opportunity for him. He is the second baseman now with the Cardinals, so he's going to get the opportunity. Most likely he's going to be hitting at the top of that lineup. So if not, they're going to have him on the back end right before the pitcher, but I don't think that's going to last. I think he is a guy that's improving, and they're going to put him eventually either lead off or hitting second. I think he is a good two-hole hitter, and he's a guy that gets on base. He's an everyday guy. He just needs to stay steady, and I think this year he is going to do that. So keep a lookout for him. You can snag him pretty late as well. Next on my list, in a very shallow position, is Jimmy Rollins. I love the trade. I love that he is now the veteran leader on a good team that is going to contend. Jimmy Rollins is going to get plenty of opportunity as well. He's a good average guy. He's going to score a lot of runs this year, and he is another guy you can snag pretty low. Probably not as low as say Kolten Wong, but mainly because of the shortstop position is just pretty shallow this year, as it is with most years, to be honest. So keep a lookout for him, snag him before somebody else does. I think he's going to be a solid shortstop all year, and he's, like I said, going to score a ton of runs. Next on my list is Rosario, the catcher here in Colorado. He is a very powerful bat. They may even, to prevent him from having long-term injuries, use him in the outfield this year, but they have a pretty crowded outfield to begin with. So look for him to potentially make the change even to an infield spot, potentially first base. We'll see how that goes, but obviously he's still catching right now, and hopefully his injuries don't flare up or anything like that, and he'll have a good performance this year. Catchers, like always, if they can stay healthy, they usually put together some decent statistics, but it is a shallow position as well. Next on my list is Mookie Betts, Boston Red Sox center fielder. He has kind of won the job opening day by default. Rusney Castillo is out, and that was pretty much the only thing the Red Sox were worried about was the competition in center field. And if Rusney is not going to play at all this spring, I imagine he's probably just going to start on the 15-day DL opening day, which hopefully gives Mookie Betts plenty of time to wow everybody and steal the job. I do think Castillo is going to get some playing time, uh, and obviously he's pretty talented as well from what we hear, so we'll see how it shakes out. But right now Mookie Betts is hitting up top of the Red Sox lineup, which is going to score a lot of runs this year, so keep that in mind. Next on my list is Alex Rodriguez. Already this spring, he is proving that he is more consistent than Chase Headley. I think he will stay that way. I think he's going to force the hand of the Yankees, and they're going to have to play him. They can't trade him. They can't really cut him, so they're going to have to do something. And the alternative is to sit him on the bench, but I don't think they're going to do that. It's too much money invested in a guy to sit on your bench. So A-Rod, I think, is going to rack up a decent amount of RBIs, especially considering where you would be drafting him. He's a guy that's going to fall way down the board because no one knows what's going on. But if you let him slip all the way out the draft, he's a good free agent pickup. I'd snag him for a bench position. I think he's going to be pretty solid. Get some RBIs and definitely get some hits. Next on my list is Calhoun. I love Calhoun. He is, again, hitting in a lineup which is going to score a lot of runs. He is the guy that, he's being mentored essentially by Albert Pujols, and which is going to teach him a ton at bats. At the plate, I should say. And in the outfield, he's got Mike Trout. And also, these guys are protecting him in the lineup. I think he's going to score a ton of runs. He's already proven he can be consistent with the bat. And he's a good fielder. So look for Calhoun to fall a little bit because people don't know him yet. He hasn't had that huge breakout, but I think this is the year. So there's Sage's 7. That's the 2015 Major League Baseball overall sleepers. Look for some more videos coming soon. Check out our podcast at sportsbrosworld.com. Of course, follow us on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. I'll throw up the sign again so you can check it out. And we'll see you guys next time.